Okay. Wow, I love all these new faces on the call today. All right, we have our GetFitCrew Team Call. Today is February 1st, and we are going to chat about 3 tips of success. So let me screen share here really quick and get this up and running. Okay. Everybody good? Thumbs up. Can you see my screen? Perfect. Perfect. All right. Let me get it going here. My computer's running slow. Here we go. Okay, so February 1st team call. I wanted to do this call because I know we have a lot of new people, and I thought this was a really good call to go into to use before we have our very first Get Fit Crew Coaching Academy. Because this is really going to lay out the three things that you should really make sure you focus on, aside from the 3 vital behaviors that Beachbody tells us we should do in order to make sure you're successful in your business. But before we start that, I want to give a big shout out to the rock stars from last month. I mean, I don't know if you could tell by the smile on my face right now, but just the fact of, look at these names on here. I remember when I became a coach, originally, for a little background, I just wanted the discount on my shakes. I was like, yeah, I'll make a little bit of money. I could sell. I'm good at sales, whatever, I'll do it. But it wasn't really like, I wasn't passionate about it. It wasn't what I wanted to do. And then little by little, I started getting a little bit more passion for it. And then I had this dream of a dream team of the family and the community that I wanted the Get Fit Crew to be. And then to see all these people that got Success Club points and all these names of people that were on the board for January. I mean, to me, this is an amazing way to start 2016 for our team. So a big congrats to everybody on here. We did have a rank advancement also. This is our little power couple here. Albert is a coach signed under me. Christina used to be under me, but she is going to sign under her husband in about 5 months. So right now they're working the team together. And this is Albert's first month. He signed on December 8th. And they are both doing the Hammer and Chisel program. And he not only rank advanced, but he also hit Success Club 10 for his first month. So that should show you how the Success Club and rank advancement go hand in hand. If you make sure you're helping a minimum of at least 3 people every month, the rank advancement and everything else is kind of it's going to fall right into place. So congratulations to Albert and Christina on your rank advancement. So our first thing and our first tip for success is you have got to have the passion. If you don't have passion about something and you're talking to somebody, or not even just talking to them, even through Messenger or through text or anything that's typing, email or whatever, people can sense your passion based on the exclamation points or the emojis that you use or the verbiage that you use. They can tell how passionate you are about something. So you have to make sure that you have passion for what you're doing. Some of you that might be new. This might be a passion that you never actually thought you had until you start doing it and you realize, oh my God, I really love doing this. I love being able to be on my journey, but then kind of pick up people as I go and help them on theirs. So you have to have the passion, and you have to believe in yourself first and foremost. If you don't believe in you, you can't expect anybody else to believe in you. If you don't believe that you can give value to somebody and you can help them, the people you're trying to help are not going to believe that you can give them value and that you can help them. So that's the first and foremost thing that you need to do with your passion, is give it to yourself and believe in yourself. Another thing that you need to make sure that you do is have a complete, clear vision of where you want to go. Like I was just talking about when the call first started, the vision that I had for this team. It is clear from right then what I wanted from our team and where we're going to go by December of this year. We are going to be a 5-star elite team. I have a clear vision of where I want us to go. I want the Get Fit Crew name to be known like some of these other top names. Like everybody knows, the Fit Family Network name, and how they know some of these other, big names like Bombshell Dynasty with Lindsay Matway. The Get Fit Crew name, I have a clear vision of where I want us to go. You have to make sure you have a clear vision. Now, don't freak out if you're a new coach and you're like, I don't have a clear vision. I have no idea where I want to go or what I want to do. That's okay. Your vision will come, but you can have a clear vision of where you want to go in the sense of, I want to get debt free. I want to be able to go part-time with the job I have now, or I want to be able to not work that job. That is a clear vision of a path that you want to take and where you want to go. So that's considered a clear vision. And you need to create your own energy. There is so much negativity out there. You're going to run into the people that are going to be negative on your posts and negative towards you. Even family members might talk down to you and think that what you're doing is silly and stupid. You need to create your own positive energy and kind of be in your own little positive energy bubble and just surround yourself by those types of people. But like I said, first and foremost, it starts with you, and it starts with the passion that you have. Vision will always come before action. You visualize something before you're going to get it, before you're going to go do it. It's something Scotty Hobbs always talked about. And it really is true. He visualized himself as the top coach, and he is one of the top coaches. So you really need to make sure that you can get a clear vision of what you want, like a dream board, doing a dream board. I know a couple of you guys have posted your dream boards. I made one that I keep as my screensaver on my iPad. I did it on a poster, and it's actually taped on my door. So when my door is shut in my office, I can constantly visually see my dream board. Visions, it's all in making sure that you know where you want and you're constantly seeing where you want to go. The next thing for a tip of success is discipline. This comes very hard for some coaches, new and old. When you start out, you're always gung-ho of wanting to do what you need to do. And then as you get a little older in the business, sometimes I see coaches fall short and they don't do everything that they need to do because they've lost their discipline. It's really important, especially if you're home all day like I am, to make sure you keep yourself disciplined. Make sure you keep on your schedule. Schedule is very important with this business, especially if you're working a full-time job. I have a full-time job, but it's a sales job, so it doesn't take a lot of my time. So I'm able to focus more of my time with Beachbody. However, when I did start, I was behind a desk in a cubicle working 8:30 to 5 every day. So having a schedule really, really helps, and being disciplined to stick to that schedule. Just like being disciplined when you start a fitness journey. You have to be disciplined on the food you eat. You have to be disciplined on pressing play every day. So discipline is a big key if you want success. Things that you should be disciplined on is hitting those 3 vital behaviors first. It's very, very important that you show that you're proof of the product. You need to make sure that you are showing people that the drinking Shakeology daily gets you healthy. And because you're getting healthy, you're going to lose some weight. The workouts, before and afters, your journey, posting daily that you're doing these things is very, very important. It's going to keep you disciplined when you post it, but it's things that you have to stay. Oh, sorry, my Siri decided to open. I guess she thought I was talking to her. So you need to make sure that you hit those 3 vital behaviors first. It's just like that book, Eat That Frog. They always say, do the important things first. Do the things that you don't want to do first. So 3 vital behaviors first and foremost. And number 2, I'm guilty of. I've been better since January because I made a promise to myself for 2016, but don't waste time Facebook browsing. Facebook browsing, scrolling. Oh, I like that picture, scrolling, like that picture. And next thing you know, your whole power hour is gone and you didn't do any work. So what I've done to help myself with that, because, I would lose my discipline and I would go onto Facebook to do one thing and then I'd get sidetracked and start browsing. So I decided to make my Facebook browsing my reward. So I am not allowed to Facebook browse until I have done my entire schedule and my to-do list for the day. Then I can go on Facebook, browse, I can talk back and forth with people, I can add value to their posts, I can comment, like, whatever I want to do on Facebook once I am done with my daily to-do list. So that's a little tip to help you guys with number 2, because that was a tough one for me. I would get sidetracked. It would be like squirrel, you're just scrolling through. So that's one thing that'll help. Number 3 for discipline, you need to check in daily on all of your Facebook groups, meaning any challenge groups that you're running, which everybody should be running at least one free group each month. And I will get with each of you individually and help you with this. I can help you set it up. I can help you with running it. You can put me in it and I can kind of be a fly on the wall. So if you need help with something, I'm there. I have no problem doing that. You need to check in daily with our team group. We're always posting a lot of information on there. Check in daily with any of your groups that you're on, even if they're groups that are non-related to Beachbody, groups that you are in and you're building relationships with them. Make sure you check in daily. Be consistent with it. The other thing is do your to-do list every day. Every day at about 2 o'clock before my kids come home, I sit down because by that time I should be done with all of my to-do list. That is all checked off in my little app. I sit down at my desk in my quiet office and I check off and I check what needs to be done for the next day. And I get my to-do list ready to go. So that way when I get up in the morning, I open my to-do list app and I just work off of it from top to bottom and get all my stuff done because, you know, I want to Facebook browse and I can't until it's done. So make sure you are working off of that list every day. It might sound silly. Some of you might not be list people, but to-do lists are so helpful and they really relieve a lot of the stress that you'll start to feel because you'll start to feel like you're all over the place. You're constantly answering messages back or you're constantly doing this. That'll alleviate a lot of that feeling because I used to feel like that and then I started making a to-do list. Let's see, I have some notes here too. Yeah, you need to make sure you do that to-do list every day with faith that you're going to see results at some point. You need to stay consistent with it over time. Reason I say this is I know the feeling of you're being consistent and you're doing the same thing and you're doing the same thing, but you're feeling like you're not getting anywhere, like maybe people aren't answering you back, or maybe you haven't sold a challenge pack so you don't have Success Club, and you start to get a little discouraged. You have to push yourself past that discouragement line and keep pushing through and staying consistent, and that's where you're going to find the success. So make sure you keep pushing through that. And you must lead by example. Lead by example for your challengers, lead by example for your team and your coaches that you're signing up. You can't tell them, make sure you do the 3 vital behaviors and make sure you're posting your Shakeology and make sure you're doing your workouts, yet you don't post or do any of that yourself. So you need to lead by example. You need to show your challengers and your coaches that success will come with consistency and continuing to do the same things. It's really big with the challengers. They need to see you doing it too. So like I have a challenge group right now, they're doing the 21-day fix. I'm not doing that program. However, I do share daily my post on my personal page to the group page that I am still doing my workout every day, even though it might not be the program that they're doing right now, just so they can see I am still pressing play. I am still getting my workout in. So it helps show them I'm leading by example. I'm telling you to do it. I'm doing it too. So that's a big thing is leading by example. This was a direct quote. I want to say it was Carl Deichler that said it on a national wake-up call. Must have been a national wake-up call that he said it on. He said, if you cannot get on the national wake-up call or get on a team call or check your groups every day, you will not be able to help someone else do those things. So if you're not doing it yourself, telling somebody to do it, they're not going to get there. That's just like once you start growing your team, if you're not going to these Beachbody events, it's hard to get your team to those Beachbody events. It's very hard. If the leader does it, everybody else usually follows. That's why Jen and Mike Greenberg have a lot of their team at a lot of these events because they go to all of them. So definitely lead by example is very, very important. And last but not least, which we hear all the time, consistency and persistence. You have to be your very own best coach, customer, and best transformation. Otherwise, people they're not going to follow you. They're not going to trust within you. So, and you have to be so relatable. And like I say all the time, like everybody in Beachbody says all the time, consistency, consistency, consistency. I know sometimes it's tiring. Maybe sometimes you feel like you're beating on a dead horse and you're being consistent and nothing's happening. But I promise you, I've been there. I know the feeling, and the success comes. Because when you first start out in this business, you're going to have people right away that know you and know your personality and know that you'll be there for them. But then you have some of these other people that don't know you. So they're just going to follow you for a little while in your own journey, and they're going to see how you do. So they're going to see you posting every day, and they're going to see if you dwindle out or if you stick with it. And if you stick with it and you start getting results and you start showing these results, then they start to follow you. There's some people that I've talked to for years before they finally follow me, because building a new relationship, you're building trust. So if you stay consistent, they know they can trust you to help them. So they're not going to follow you otherwise. One major thing that you need to stay consistent with, you see on the bottom right, your personal development. Personal development is Beachbody's #1 vital behavior. And it's the reason, because if you better yourself as a person, you're going to teach people around you to be better. I can speak from myself. I thought that was a crock. I was like, how the heck is reading a book going to help me get somebody into a challenge pack? How is reading a book going to help me get somebody to want to be on my team? And believe it or not, it does. But not because you're reading a book about how to be the best salesperson, because Beachbody isn't selling, it's sharing. It's because you're reading a book on how to be a better version of yourself. And once you become a better version of yourself, you attract people. It's almost like you just open up and you become this attraction of people that want to be like you. They see that maybe you had hard times in life, and they see your positivity, and they see your mindset on things, and they see you going through difficult things and coming out of it smelling like a rose. And they want that. They want the same thing. They might not tell you. They might not comment on something that you might have posted regarding it, but they want that. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants to live a positive life and know how to attack something and how to go through something with a better mindset. So when you are taking care of yourself and you are becoming that better person, you're going to have more of a following and more people that want to join you no matter what you're doing. You can have somebody that's never run before go and join you in a 5K just because they want to go and hang out with you because of the type of person that you are. So personal development is a really big thing. And it's something that has really helped me. That's one big thing I have taken from being a Beachbody coach, is I've become a better me. Yes, I've had to, as some of the corporate people say, take people out of my wagon as I'm dragging it up the hill. And some of them might have been family, some of them very close friends. But in order to better my life, after doing a lot of personal development, you got to let go, which is the hardest part for most of us, is the letting go process. When you become a better person, your results will begin to change for the better. So personal development is very, very important. And it doesn't necessarily have to be getting out a book and flipping pages. It could be listening to a motivational YouTube video. It could be anything. Just surround yourself with the like-minded people. Surround yourself with people that are going to lift you up. That's what I love about this team. We all want to lift each other up. We all want each other to succeed. So for the new coaches that are on this call, I am just so happy that you've decided to join our little fitness family here. And we're all here to help everybody. Let's see. I wrote a couple notes down here. I'm trying to read my chicken scratch. Sorry. Let's see. This is what I wanted to talk about. I know a lot of you might get a little nervous discussing the business with people and sharing the business with people and talking about the Beachbody coaching and what it is and stuff like that, because if you're new, you don't really know too much about it. And in all honesty, the mindset you have to have with sharing this business is the fact that not sharing it, I feel, is selfish, because it is such a blessing. I've watched it change so many people's lives personally. And then I've talked to people. I haven't watched it change their life, but I talked to them and I've heard their stories on how it's changed their life. And to me, I just feel if I don't share it with everybody, I feel like I'm being selfish. I feel like I'm keeping such a great thing all to myself instead of putting it out there and sharing it with everyone. So when I think about sharing the business, I think about not only how it's going to change them, but how it's going to make me feel. I feel that when I think about sharing the business, I think about that person, whether maybe they're having money problems. They're living paycheck to paycheck. Their husband just lost their job and they're the only one bringing in the money and they need the extra money. How amazing would we feel as their upline coach when we can finally get them on board and we can help them earn an extra $50 one week or an extra $100 one week, and they could put more food on the table for their family, or they can pay their electric bill or put gas in their car so they can get to and from work, or buy their husband a nice suit so he can go on a job interview. Like, how amazing would that make us feel? Not only are we lifting them up and helping their life, so we feel amazing by that, but the fact that we're helping them be able to do better things for their own life. So the way that Beachbody changed our life, we can watch it change somebody else's. So instead of looking at it like, oh God, I'm so afraid to share because I don't know much about it, the only thing you could do is talk about what it's doing for you. What made you become a Beachbody coach? Share that with them. Share why you decided to do it. Whether it's, I wanted to get a discount on the shakes, or, I've been friends with my upline coach for like a year and I watched her life evolve and change into such a wonderful thing that I wanted to be a part of it. Be honest and don't be afraid to share, because not sharing, we're being a little selfish. I feel and I believe so much in Beachbody and in what it consists of and what it can do for people that I feel it's a blessing to share it, and it's a blessing to open up our team and have somebody come into it. So just my thoughts on my mindset with sharing the business. I mean, I think I talk to everybody about it. I don't just come out and be like, oh, I'm a Beachbody coach, join my team, but every conversation I have gears right back to health and fitness, whether I'm walking around with this, because this is my water bottle and I take it everywhere. So people always end up asking me questions. Or like today, I did errands and I had my team shirt on. So a couple people asked me what that was. They never heard of it. And then it brought up Beachbody, and then someone starts talking about, oh, Beachbody, that's that Shakeology stuff. Next thing you know, it's an hour conversation. I've explained the business. I've explained what the shakes are, because a lot of people just think they're a protein shake. So don't be afraid to talk to people. I know some of you might be introverted, so that's stepping out of your shell, but start with your family and friends. And get over that nervousness of explaining the business. Explain it to your family and friends. When I started, I explained it to my husband like a million times just to feel comfortable explaining it. So don't be afraid to do that. Let's see. All right, I think that's all I have, but I have one last thing that I wanted to tell you for the new coaches. Or even for coaches that aren't super new, but are still having a hard time, explaining the business. Being new and trying to get other coaches on your team, you don't have to know everything about Beachbody and everything about the programs and everything about Shakeology when you start. You honestly just need to know how to plug them into our team. Once you plug them into our team and they get into our group, when you do your getting started right calls with them, I'll go on the call with you. I don't mind. You just need to plug them into us, plug them into your upline, or plug them into me, which is your upline's upline, and we all help each other. So if you're unsure, it's okay. It's not a big deal. We're here to help each other. You just need to plug them in here, have them come on these calls, have them in our team group. So these last biggest tips for success came from a call that I had watched from Scotty Hobbs. He's one of the top coaches. And I religiously every day watch one of his YouTube videos. Sometimes I've shared them in our group if I've thought that they've been really great calls. Sometimes I save them for times like this where I want to share it on one of our calls. But the biggest tips for success is believing in yourself, believing that the Beachbody products can change someone's health, which first and foremost, it's probably changing your health. I know it did for mine. When I used to go to the doctor, my blood work was like this. Now I go to the doctor, it's right down the middle. My doctor's always asking me for samples and he wants to buy it. And You know, I have family members that have gone from 300 cholesterol to 114. The only thing they changed was adding Shakeology. So I have the biggest belief that the products will change somebody's health. You have to have the same belief. Belief goes a long way in any business that you're building, whether it's Beachbody related or any other business that you're trying to build. You have to believe in the products that you have. You also need to believe that the coaching opportunity will work for anyone. I know sometimes there's certain people that, you know, start and then they fall off the wagon, or they're like, oh, this isn't for me. Mark my words, they will come back. I did. I was a coach, wanted the discount, I canceled everything, and I came back. And now we have this wonderful team. So I promised you, they will eventually come back. It took me like 7 months or whatever to come back, but I did. And when I came back, I knew I wanted to build it. So they will come back. But this belief that I'm talking about needs to be an undeniable belief. You have to eat, sleep, and breathe the belief in yourself, in the products, and in the coaching opportunity. I mean, in all honesty, I'm sure everyone on this call truly believes in all of that, because you would not have joined as a coach and you would not be wanting to build your business if you don't have the belief in that. So you just need to share that with everybody. And one other tip, don't judge a book in this business. I've done that a couple times. And I'd be getting ready to send somebody an invite, and I'm like, no, they're probably not interested. And then I have to remember in the back of my mind, don't do that. Just send them the message. Worst case, they're just going to come back and say, no, thank you. But believe it or not, a couple of them came back and they were super interested. So don't judge the book. Believe and share. And you guys will be nothing but successful, especially from all the help that you'll get on this team. So let me get out of here so I can see all your beautiful faces. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording for now, so that way we can open it up and you guys can unmute your mics and ask any questions that you might have on any of that, or anything else for that matter.